Welcome to the Passion Witch Project. I'm your host, Emily Steckel, Reiki practitioner, pharmacist, and Passion Witch. And on our show, we talk to folks who are living their most authentic and wonderfully weird lives and leaning into passion. And we are so grateful to be joined by Adam Schertzer today, who is a man of many talents, a couple of which you're getting a little bit of a sneak preview of right now. Adam, welcome.
Thanks, Emily. It's great to be here.
So happy to have you.
Yeah.
So I like to start by asking a really hard question.
Okay.
And I'll preface this by saying you don't have to have an answer and you're perfectly allowed to change your mind. But if you could be the best in the world at one thing, what would it be?
That's a tough question.
Isn't it?
Because I feel like I'm pretty good at a lot of things, you know, and I like the variety of being able to, you know, be pretty good at this and this and this.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I don't have an answer for that one.
Interesting. I wonder if it's something like the best like learner, like to be able to dabble or something. I don't know, something fun to noodle around.
Work, right?
Yeah. But I suppose then that's a nice segue into talking about some of our lovely guests here. Tell us about who we have with us and how they came to be part of your life.
I know people are probably looking at this, you know, this thing's with the little hat right there. We're gonna wait on him. But first, we'll go to this guy right here because this is the one that started it all for me. So this here is Norm. You know, he kind of looks like a Muppet. He's actually was made by the Muppet Whatnot project that used to be with FAO Schwartz. You could go on their website. You could say, you know, they'd have different bodies, different clothes, different nose, things like that. And my wife went on and she designed this puppet that we had made. And
so this is a collaborative project. She gave him his physical life, and you bring him his kind of energetic life.
She was the one who bought this initially, and and she got this all started. You know, I want to say she was probably more into Muppets and puppets than I was.
Really?
So we got this when my daughter was pretty young, 2 or so, and she's 15 now.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. We used it, you know, with her as a baby. We actually have a video of my wife doing the voice. I was recording the video. It was the night of the Oscars, and my daughter's all dressed up in this pink dress, and Norm was the interviewer, and he's trying to interview my daughter, and she wouldn't talk, and she starts crying, and one of those funny videos.
That's amazing.
But then, so he sat up on a shelf for many years. You know, didn't really do much with him until COVID hit. I was working at a software company, and of course we all, you know, went home, and I'm sitting at a little tiny desk that we had under the stairs in our house. I always call it like the Harry Potter desk. And you know, we all thought it was just going to be temporary. I was like, it's like, all right, I'll be here for a couple weeks and then go back to work, not knowing it was going to be years later. So at the time, I was working communications for a software company, and I had to come up with a way to let about 2,000 engineers in the company know about this new internal software product. So I like making videos, I like being creative, and I wanted to make a video of like a, you know, sort of like an infomercial. It's like, this was the old way to do it, now this is the new way to do it. And I always tell people that if COVID didn't happen, if we were in the office, I would have just got someone else in the office, be like, okay, you know, I'm going to film you over there. But since I was home, I didn't want to be the talent. I've never been, you know, much for being in front of the camera, even though I'm getting a little bit better at it. And I look up on a shelf, literally, I'm sitting here, we've got a room over here, I'm looking around, and this guy's up on the top shelf, and you know, as you can kind of see, he looks like someone that might work at a software company. You know, the glasses, the balding hair, you know, I see he's probably about 54 years old. You know, if I had to put an age on him. And I'm like, I'll use him. So I recorded the video. He didn't say anything. It was just him kind of just like typing away at the computer and being like, brr, 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 this is horrible. And then it was like, oh, this is great, we love it. And you know, I sent it to the person who was the head of the communications of the company. I told her what I was doing, and still at the time I was really like hesitant about putting out, you know, a puppet communication to like a large, you know, I'm not going to say the name of the company, but they had like 100,000 employees worldwide. And
so awesome.
they've probably never seen anything like that. And
Yeah.
but I'm like, sure, why not? And she gave her approval, and that's kind of how it all started. I started doing more puppet videos with him for work, gave him a bit of a voice, and then from there went on and started recording puppet videos with my brother-in-law, who has a puppet similar to this. His name's Irv, so we started like the Norm and Irv show, and it's probably most similar to like the two old Muppets, up in the they just kind of like complain about stuff,
Yes.
and then it's grown into working at the library in Chelmsford, doing story time there, getting this guy here. This is Silas the Sorcerer. He's the fun, more fun kids puppet. Norm is more of the serious adult puppet. And then, and now here I am on this show. But it's been a great, I'd say it's been 5 years, about 5 years of doing this. And it's so enjoyable. Like, I didn't realize how much fun I would like doing this. And I always consider myself a pretty creative person, as I'm also a musician, played in bands for many years. And I feel like this has kind of filled that void when I haven't been playing music, just as another creative outlet.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the long version of
That's such an awesome story. I mean, it's full of so many of my favorite kinds of things, like the collaborations and the passion and the creativity. It's just like, it's this beautiful, inspiring story that I'm like so glad other people are going to get to hear, and a story of courage, right? I'm curious. In the company where you worked after that video went live, what was the reception like?
It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some people that were like, didn't get it, or like, this is really strange, but for the most part, most people really, really liked it. Even had people like, like, oh, when's the next one coming out? Or, like, I love puppets, I love Muppets,
Yeah.
And I think so many adults growing up with like Sesame Street or the Muppets from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and then have that connection from childhood.
Absolutely. It's been kind of like a lost art form for a little while now, right? But Mr. Rogers, there were puppets, there. I mean, I suppose like Sesame Street has been on, and there have been other things, but I mean, there's such nostalgia there for so many of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Huh. And so, okay.
Do you want to meet them?
Let's meet them.
I mean, they're here now,
please.
but I feel like not until I actually put them on do they.
Yeah,
there.
let's meet them.
So we'll start with Norm here.
And then I'm going to ask about what your process is for embodying these
that's
delightful personalities.
Yeah, we'll put this on him here. So it's a basic, hand puppet with an arm rod to give a little more expression. So here he is. Okay, the camera's over there, Norm. Oh yeah, I see it. It's over there. Okay, all right, we're here. We're here in Manchester.
We're here in Manchester, and it's funny. I'll share with our viewers. So, when Adam put Silas on, my first instinct was to match the pitch of his voice and to try to to mirror the puppet. It was a funny kind of experience. So I'm going to really try to just kind of meet Norm as Emily and not trying to mirror Norm.
Yeah.
But Norm, do you have thoughts about why people might want to mirror your voice, your energy?
I can understand Silas, but me, I'm kind of a curmudgeon of sorts. And but I guess if you want to, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Norm, what are your favorite kinds of situations to be in with other people?
I like talking about daily events.
Daily events?
The news.
Okay.
Kind of what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't like to get too controversial though. No politics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could talk religion.
Yeah.
Anything really. Kind of whatever's on my mind.
Okay. What do you find is on your mind most of the time?
It's a great question. It's usually whatever this guy's thinking about. And it's like an extension of what he says.
Yeah.
But it's almost like when he's thinking something, then I can say it instead.
And it's sort of filtered through your personality. Yeah. Norm, how do you feel you're connected to Adam?
Well, his hand is up my. That's how we're physically connected right now.
Certainly.
But, yeah. You know, it's, there's a good connection. We've been together for, I guess, about 5 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll ask you, Adam. we'll bring you into this conversation too. Yeah. What happens when when you put one of these delightful friends on your arm? Like, do you feel like it's unlocking a facet of yourself? Do you feel like it's stepping into a new kind of persona, new character entirely? Like, what does it feel like for you?
Yeah, it definitely does. You know, I feel like they're both kind of extensions of me, or like, not like alter egos, but, you know, extensions of my personality.
Yeah. More concentrated, maybe. More.
Yeah. And I think, you know, I feel like there's stuff that I can say with these guys that I might not say, you know, more with Norm.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause he, you know, complains about things, and it makes me think of, you know, when you see cartoons like South Park, it's like stuff that they can get away with because they're cartoons. Where if they were actors, you know, you wouldn't see that. So I feel it's the same way with the puppets.
Yeah.
That, you know, they can be a little controversial, you know, and it's funny because it's a puppet. It's not me saying certain things. So that's kind of how I feel about this guy.
And okay, so if there were a collection of puppets in front of us, and you were asked, okay, I'm going to just kind of pick one at random, and you are going to be that character. Would you be able to do that?
I don't know. I have a bunch of puppets at home that I just haven't found the personality or voices for.
Yeah.
You know, I probably have 7, 8 different puppets. They're, you know, similar to this, different looks, styles, and some of them it's hard. You know, you almost feel like you need to have that connection. For Norm, I felt that was there pretty early.
Yeah.
For Silas, it was almost right at the beginning,
really?
Which is kind of crazy. My wife got me Silas for a Hanukkah present 3 years ago, 3 or something like that. You know, I took him out of the bag and put him on and almost had like the voice in my head.
Oh my gosh.
If you want to meet him, we can bring him on.
Let's meet Silas.
All right.
Thank you, Norm. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Perhaps we'll
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you. Perhaps we'll check in again
maybe
in a little bit.
I'll be back.
Yes.
I'm going to go over here. But yeah, it's almost like I feel with putting the puppets on, like you said, it's like if an actor puts on, you know, a costume or same type of thing. It's like you get into character because, you know, and sometimes I've tried to do the voice without them, and I still can, but it's having the puppet on definitely helps.
Yeah, I mean, it's a multi kind of sensory experience when you have, you know, you're able to, because it allows you to talk with their hands a little bit, right? You know, you're not just a voice, you're a little body at that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is Silas. Silas, you want to say hi to them? He's a little shy.
Is he a little shy right now?
A little shy.
Oh, Silas, well, we're so happy to have you here.
It's so good to be here, Emily. Look at this place.
Yes.
Norm, you didn't tell me there were so many lights.
Yes, I know. It might be a little bit bright for you with those lovely big eyes of yours. Yes. Silas, where do you come from? What's your home like?
Well, I always tell people I come from like somewhere in probably Great Britain. Probably that's where my accent comes from. But I'm like 800 years old.
Okay, you know, so you've been all over, perhaps.
Yes.
What are some of your favorite moments with people, or what kind of experiences do you really enjoy having?
I really like children. I love reading books to kids. I love telling jokes.
Oh.
I'm really big on jokes. Do you want to hear one?
I would love to hear a joke.
Okay, ready? Ready, everyone out there? Okay, what do you call a belt made of watches?
A belt made of watches? Oh, I don't know. What do you call a belt made of watches?
A waste of time.
Very good, Silas. Very good.
I love dad jokes.
Yes. Are you a dad yourself?
No. Never have the opportunity, but you never know when it might happen.
That's right. Perhaps there's a partner out there for you waiting.
Yep. If there is someone out there call the number on the is there a number on the screen we can call?
Perhaps we could add one
Okay.
in post-production.
Oh, good. Let's put a number out there. I don't know if it's going to be my number or just any number.
I know. I hope you don't have to wait another 800 years
Yeah, I hope
to
not either.
find your person, or perhaps it's a loving pet that you'll find.
It could be. I have a dragon.
You have a dragon.
I do.
Oh my goodness! Tell me about your dragon, Silas.
His name's Steven.
His name is Steven.
Yep.
Okay.
With a PH.
With a.
If you use the V, he gets really upset.
Well, I mean, yes, I can appreciate that. It's nice to have our name spelled correctly.
Right.
Do you ride Steven? Is he the kind of dragon that enjoys, having someone ride him?
Oh no, he's small.
He's small.
He's but like yay big.
Okay. So sort of, all right.
Yep.
And where did you meet Steven?
I was in a cave.
Of
And
course.
I just was hanging out in a cave, because that's what I do. And there he was. He was just walking around. I think he was lost.
He was a lost dragon, and you found him and gave him some kindness.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, we've been
good.
together for years.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Well, I'm glad that you have a little partner there.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah. I don't know if he's... Steven, are you here? I don't know if he came with me today.
Perhaps not.
No, he's probably at home. Making dinner. He's a good cook.
Is he a good cook?
He is.
Does he brings the heat with him,
Exactly.
I suppose.
It's like flame broiled. Be like, Steven, it's a little cold. And he's like, I'm like, okay.
Will he warm up cold feet too?
He does.
He does. That's a good friend to have. Yes.
I don't have to pay for heat in the winter.
Oh,
It's
amazing.
incredible.
Oh, that's certainly.
Everyone needs a dragon.
Everyone needs a dragon. I think everyone has a dragon. Yes, I think so. So perhaps we can ask Adam some more questions. And Silas, feel free to chime in if you feel so called. But I wonder, in looking back, were there moments in your childhood, right? So this is a friend who is well suited to working with children. Were there moments in your childhood where you can look back and say, oh, like it's not all that surprising that I came to puppeting or puppeteering. Like it's this was a natural kind of fit for my skill set and my gifts.
Yeah, I mean, I think with mentioning the musician part has been a big part of my life.
Yeah.
And
Are any of your puppets musical?
not yet.
Singers?
No. I mean, Silas can sing a little
Silas
bit.
can sing a little bit.
I sing kid songs.
Oh, wonderful. Would you sing a verse of your favorite kid song?
All right, ready?
Yes.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town.
Beautiful. Well done, Silas.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you. So I think the musical part, being somewhat of a performer, entertainer, plays into this, as well as the improv.
Yes.
What I love most about music is improvising, whether it's playing solos in rock or jazz. And then this allows me to improvise just with another medium.
Yeah. There's a level of freedom there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You're
So
not
it's-
hemmed in.
Yeah. So it's like, sometimes I don't even know what these guys are going to say next. It just
Yeah.
kind of comes out.
It just comes.
So, yeah. So it's, it can be a little scary because who knows what's going to happen on the show.
Well, that's fair.
Do they edit this at all, or is it?
It can be edited.
Can we say certain words on this show? Because I mean, Silas is good because he's with kids, but Norm sometimes,
You sometimes get a little
is known to
little
can
vulgar.
Can get a little vulgar there. I mean, I can make sure he keeps it down, but I was a little worried about him coming on the show today and what he might say.
Yeah. So they are kind of unfiltered.
They are.
That's so interesting. Well, so okay, I wonder, for folks who are building their creative muscles, who are trying to step into that freedom that comes along with improv in whatever kind of modality you're talking about, whether it's music or puppeting or acting, I suppose. Do you feel like that skill is one that you've built over time, or was that always how you preferred to work? Like, did mastery come first and then we're free? How was your?
I think it's definitely been built over time.
Yeah.
There's been practice. I'm thinking back to like years before, 3-4 years back, and for where I am now.
Yeah.
You know, a lot more comfortable now
Yeah.
doing it, and you know, definitely wasn't like that at the beginning. So definitely, I think takes practice, a lot of practice with, you know, just either in front of the mirror or, you know, recording stuff on my phone, watching things back.
Your brother-in-law, like collaborating, right?
And,
yeah,
and
low stakes
the more
environment.
you would do that, and I think, I mean, getting feedback too has been great.
Yeah.
You know, my wife loves it. My kids could, you know, give or take it, but they're teenagers, so. Even though, you know, my daughter did do some puppeting with us early on, even though she won't admit it to her friends.
Okay.
And they'll probably never see this anyway, so it's fine that I mentioned that.
One day she'll be proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, you know, it's not cool. But my sister loves it. You know, I would call her up and do like a FaceTime call, and she's got younger kids as well, and like, you know, the puppets, and she'd even talk to, you know, Silas over the phone and interact with him, and so I think getting that positive feedback from family and friends is helped as well.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the more that I do it, the more different opportunities come up, and, you know, coming on to the show here, and
we should probably say how we met too, because that's it's fun context for this, what's happening right now.
Yeah.
So Adam and I met through a Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce networking event, and so I was introducing myself as a witch, and Adam is also a commercial real estate agent. So that's how we kind of first connected, and then it was just kind of like, we're getting to know each other. These beautiful, unique gifts come out, right? But it takes courage.
Right. Oh yeah,
yeah. It takes courage to say, hey, you know.
I don't go up to everyone I meet and say, hey, I'm a puppeteer. Especially if I'm in a networking event for real estate, when it's, you know, more serious and everyone's, you know, in business. But as you kind of get to know people a little bit more, and you get to know them personally, and you want to know what they enjoy doing and their hobbies and things. It just kind of comes out, and it's something I think a little hesitant, you know, to talk about at first too.
Yeah.
But the more, you know, I kind of bring it up with people, it's something fun because not many people do it.
Exactly.
You know,
it's very, very. It's funny you said, you know, some people might not think it's cool, or your daughter right now doesn't think it's cool, but like, I think it's super cool, right? It's super cool.
I do too.
Yeah,
and I feel like it's opened a lot of doors for me as well. You know, with these guys, and, you know, meeting new people, and you know, it's allowed me to you know, work at the library in Chelmsford. You know, I say work, but they don't pay me, so it's just volunteer.
Yeah.
But you know, from that, we've been able to put together like an hour program of puppet story times and puppet making that we do now as well, and we've been able to go around to some preschools, some other libraries, and actually do get paid for that. So I never thought that, you know, when I first put this guy on and started making these, that I'd actually make some money doing this.
Yeah. But I wonder how often it is when you do share this passion with people, how often people are like, oh, like, I want to come see you, or, oh, I know someone who, you know, would love to have that, you know, be part of their party, or this or that. Like, how often is there an interest in your work that results in some kind of like meaningful connection that way?
Yeah, it definitely happens. I think more than I thought it would.
I imagine.
Whether it's like someone like you that met me, you know, because of my real estate work, and then turns into this. And I had another situation recently where someone I met through real estate as well, then, you know, saw what I'd done online with puppets, and then she introduced me to an organization that I'm going to be working with them at a Christmas event for kids coming up. And it's like, you know, if I hadn't made those connections initially with real estate, then it wouldn't have led to this stuff. So there's definitely crossover. I was actually, another thing came up. So our company recently put in a bookstore in Natick, an independent bookstore.
Amazing.
And so we went in to go see them recently when they were all set up, and I go in there, and of course, you know, they have some toys and puppets, and I was talking with the owner, and I said, you know, would you be interested in doing anything with puppets? And I mentioned that, and she's like, oh, that's so cool. And so, you know, hopefully to do something at the bookstore, and So it's been fun to kind of cross lines between those two things.
Oh my gosh, definitely. I mean, what advice would you give to someone who, has a passion that maybe they're, a little bit shy about sharing, or a little bit, weary of like presenting to the world? What would you say to someone like that?
Yeah, I definitely understand that, because I was in that same position too. And, something like this that, I think a lot of people think of puppets as like, oh, something little kids play with. But of course, you've got, Jim Henson and Mr. Rogers, and like, all of those things that are done by adults.
Yes.
But I mean, technically this was a toy that was bought off of Amazon, right? But I'd say to them, if it's something that you're really passionate about and it brings you joy, I'd say, go for it.
Yeah.
And
I think that
the
joy
more
is infectious.
And the more I've done this, the more like I get such joy out of it. Like I go to the library every Tuesday because I love seeing the reactions from the kids.
Yeah.
And from doing that the past couple years, I've also been in the 4th of July parade for the library. They have a truck.
That's awesome.
And so I get to sit in the truck with him out the window, and he's waving at people, and people know who he is. Like they're like, it's Silas the Sorcerer, and I'm like, and that part I'm like, oh my god, that people actually know his name.
Yeah. It's amazing.
So stuff like that, and just seeing the reactions from kids when, at the end of the story time, we let the kids come up and give them a high five. And last night, 2 kids gave him a hug.
Oh.
So like I'm hugging kids with the puppet.
Yeah,
and it's like
you're seeing in real time like the amazing gift it is for these kids,
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, we're running out of time, but I want to make sure that people know how to find you if they're, curious about finding your videos, or, perhaps collaborating with you.
Yeah.
What's the best way to?
So we are on YouTube. If you search for the Norm and Irv Show, you can find me that way. We also have a website, Silas the Sorcerer. I'm pretty sure it's just silasthesorcerer.com, where you can learn about this guy and the puppet making stuff that he does. So I think those are probably the best ways to get in touch.
Awesome.
But always looking to, if there's any other puppeteers out there, or anyone that wants to do something with these guys, I'm definitely open to lots of different opportunities.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here, Adam and Norm and Silas. What a treat today was. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time on the Passion Witch Project.